My name is Jamin Gurker. I'm your first friend in Alaska, and I'm an associate real estate broker in South Central Alaska. And today we're going to be talking about all the reasons of why you should move to Alaska. And I'm sure it could be an entirely different video talking about all the reasons not to move here. We're going to be talking about all the reasons you should move here today. Before we jump into that, though, do make sure you give this video a like, subscribe, comment down below and everything, just to make sure the algorithm knows that this channel is awesome and people are watching it. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. One of the big reasons that people do decide to move to Alaska is just because the lifestyle is one of the big reasons that people decide to make the move down here. And I mean, really the big reason that people do decide to do that is because the lifestyle is much slower. You know, the pace of life is much slower here. There's much fewer people. And for that reason, it's usually a lot less stressful, and you have more easy access to nature and more outdoor activities. And for a lot of people that are moving up here, that's kind of one of the main benefits. I've yet to really run into people where they're looking for a more metropolitan lifestyle, and so they decided to move to Alaska. That's usually not the type of people that we're attracting up here. You know what? Point two here, I'm going to make this one entirely off of having that access to nature that I just mentioned. Because when I say access to nature, you've got access to mountains, pristine rivers, glaciers, forests, rainforests, which is completely different. You've got the wildlife that is just so insane up here. I mean, with the wolves, the bears, the different types of bears, you've got the salmon, the lynx, the foxes. I mean, yeah, you've got just about everything up here. And in addition to all that, you also have the ocean, which has obviously whales, salmon, crabs, all that other great stuff, and all these incredible environments that you can go to. If you're looking for rainforests in Alaska, you can find that. If you're looking for just a wide open, barren landscape, we've got that too. If you're looking for the Arctic, we got that. If you're looking for just kind of pristine, top shelf, beautiful northern climate, mountains with kind of an alpine look to it, that is definitely us as well. So we've got a lot to offer as far as the outdoors and the environments go. Now, the third reason you should move up here is kind of the community aspect. Now, in Alaska, it kind of depends on the specific communities it is that you're moving into. For the most part, in Alaska, there's going to be more of a sense of community here than what you're going to find in most other places, because it is smaller. People are usually a lot more tight-knit, and you do have a little bit more incentive to actually get out and meet people, because inevitably you're going to need something. And having those relationships with your neighbors and with people within your community is really going to be a big deal. Now, for some of you, this is not a great thing. Some of you have unfortunately gotten into some bad habits with being in a big city, of just kind of being able to act any old way, and you can just kind of disappear into the crowd. It doesn't really matter. That's not the case in Alaska. If you lose your mind or you're acting a fool somewhere, there's a very good chance that a lot of people are going to find out in pretty short order. It's kind of a small state because the degree of separation is not particularly big. So if you're moving to Alaska, just don't plan on acting a fool. If you have to, put that on a Post-it note every day and read it. Put it on your mirror and read that every day. Don't act a fool. All right, point four is going to be the opportunities for outdoor adventures. Now, this is different from the access to nature, because nature in of itself is just something you kind of appreciate and enjoy seeing and being exposed to. The outdoor adventures, though, is like the hiking, the camping, ice fishing, dog mushing. If you're really into outdoor ice skating, downhill skiing, snowboarding, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, believe it or not, you can do surfing up here, hunting, fishing, paragliding. There's just all sorts of things that you can do up here. So if you're kind of an outdoorsman or somebody who likes kind of these outdoor sports, whether that be summertime or wintertime, we probably got your number up here and we can get you the hookup. Now, let's go ahead and take a break real quick here. For those of you who've been watching for a little bit, you do know that I host a podcast called the Alaskan Journey Podcast, where I interview people who have recently moved up here, and we really do talk about what it's like living up here from their perspective, and they give you the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. And if you're looking for kind of the authentic voice for what it's like living up here, that is definitely a resource that you want to go check out. Link for that is going to be in the description section down below. Hope to see you there. And also, if you're thinking about moving up here, do make sure you get a copy of my relocation guide. How you get a hold of that is you just go to my website, links in the description section down below, register, and make sure in the little comment section where it prompts you to say something, just say relocation guide so I know what to send you. Now, let's go and finish up today's video. Another one of the big benefits that you have of living in Alaska is there is definitely a change of seasons up here that you're not necessarily guaranteed in other states and other places in the United States. And when I say different seasons, I mean different seasons. So obviously the time of year that everyone likes to come up here and see Alaska at its best is going to be the summertime. I mean, it's incredible. The sunlight's out there. It's as warm as it's going to get. But I mean, it's beautiful out there. Then you get to raining season, and then you kind of get to the fall time frame where it's usually going to be, we'll say anywhere from about 3 to maybe 6 weeks or so of kind of that fall autumn time. And I mean, it's beautiful because you get all the trees and they're turning these spectacular colors. Probably not as beautiful as what you'd get in some places in the Northeast. I think is it New Hampshire that's known for having the really beautiful foliage and all that. I don't know, but either way, we're not quite to that level, but we're pretty close. Then obviously winter, and winter is, that's pretty self-explanatory. I'd say it's probably winter up here for about half of the year. And then we get to the spring breakup time, and I don't know why spring has such a good ring to it in other parts of the United States. Here in Alaska, it is the most despised time of year because you can't get out, you can't really do winter activities anymore, and it's still too cold to go out and do those summer things, so you're just kind of stuck as everything is like muddy and like melting, and it's not really something that's really quick either. It usually takes about a month or so for it to finally, for us to finally get all the snow off the ground. So breakup, springtime is really not anyone's favorite time of year up here, but you do get change of scenery and change of seasons up here. And for some people, that is something they've never really seen before. One of the big benefits of these changing sceneries, and I'm going to make this a point all to its own, is the activities that you can do actually double with the changes of season. And what I mean by that is, you might really be into hiking or camping or stuff like that. With the changing of the seasons and snow falling, well, congratulations. Now you can go ice fishing, you can go, you can go downhill skiing, you can go ice skating. There's just all sorts of things that you can do. And as long as you're doing a good job on kind of giving yourself a full repertoire of activities you can do in any season, you're really not going to be bored. Okay, I'm going to say this one, and I want to keep it brief, but I know a lot of people hear Alaska and they think off-grid and homesteading. Yes, we do have more off-grid kind of homesteading up here. Well, not really homesteading, it's not legally homesteading, but more people kind of living off the land, a little bit more self-sustaining. We do have that. It's not really something I really focus on very much, but it is here, and not nearly as prevalent as you would think if you were watching certain YouTube channels or TV shows, but it is here. Last but not least, in Alaska, we are not really worried about riots or any elements within our communities burning the community down. And I mean, that's something I'm really grateful for. I mean, obviously Russia talks every couple of years about just walking in and reclaiming Alaska, but that's just Russia. You can't really do much about that. But this has been my video talking about all the reasons that you should move to Alaska. I sure hope it's been useful. If you have any further questions about moving to Alaska or something you're considering, do reach out on my website. I'd be happy to chat with you a little bit and get your specific questions answered. And also, I don't really like that I need to say this, but I said I'm a real estate broker, and I obviously have a great production value and everything here and everything you see here on this channel, but most of my business still does come from actually selling real estate. So if you're looking at moving up here, do feel free to reach out, give me a call, and be happy to chat and see how I can help you. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.